All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't mind the backgrounds. Good Doc back again once again. Recently, we covered a story about some potential bad energy happening in the Philippines in reference to a young lady that was accused of basically taking some money and trying to conceal the evidence by swallowing it. But this story came out a little bit ago, roughly about the earlier part of September, September 8th to be exact. The link to the article in the description area below. Shout out to my brother JD for sharing it with me. But there's also a British foreign national that is being held in Philippine jails for over 2 years on what he would call fabricated drug charges, right? This gentleman is 60 years old. He is a well-respected public health consultant, and he says that he's been in jail for well over 2 years in the Philippines now because of some fabricated drug charges against him. Now, y'all know that the Philippines takes drugs very seriously, right? It's a very, very serious thing, very, very serious accusation to accuse somebody of this type of, act, whether it be the consuming of drugs, whether it be the bringing of drugs into, the country and things like that. Things like that are very, 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 very serious. And he's been in jail for 2 years now, and I think that he is roughly about to go to trial. But what interests me the most about this case is the fact that he's been in jail for 2 years. And a lot of people are saying that he's only been in jail because he refused to basically do the payoff. Not necessarily the mandatory payoff, but if you want things to go away, or if you want people to stop bothering you, if you want people to leave you alone, usually you'll just basically pay to go away. And I think because he's refusing that, and now it seems like the DEA in the Philippines has to kind of prove a case against him. It seems as though they're throwing a lot of like fabricated things out about him, and or they're trying to cover their tracks to make sure that the case, or I should say the charges, fit the case. So I'm reading through it right now. I'm not going to go through the details of it. But he's quoted in the article as saying, the only other thing I can think was that I was literally in the wrong place at the wrong time, where he was picked up and actually arrested. I mean, it's been rough if you've been locked up for 2 years. But he says he will present CCTV, camera evidence that he says shows he was sitting alone in Starbucks at the time he was alleged to have been administering drugs. So basically, he has proof to show that he was not involved in anything that he's being accused of, right? Drug trafficking or administering of drugs and things like that. And now that's going to put the, what do you call it? It's going to put the burden of proof, or the reasonable doubt in his corner, but also it's going to put in the prosecutor's corner. Okay, now we have to prove that this guy is lying to everybody, right? And when things like this happen, I just kind of feel like, damn, this is not a good look for the country. That's my only thing, guys. It's not necessarily the best look for the Philippines, because we got people taking money, people arresting people, potential, could be real, but potential fabricated charges. And now it's just everybody's after each other's neck, and not a lot of great things are coming out of the Philippines right now. And again, like I said in the last video, I'll say it one more time, and I'll say it 2 times for those in the nosebleed. Ladies and gentlemen, if I told you that everything in the Philippines was going to go your way every single time, all the time, I'd be lying to you. If I told you that corruption didn't exist, I'd be lying to you. But then again, in fairness, we have to understand that corruption exists in every part of the world, right? There's always going to be somebody that's going to take a little bit of monies on the side. It is what it is. And it just doesn't help the case that, in certain places like the Philippines, where it is somewhat considered to be a third world country, that, paying things are not as high as they probably should be, but they're at the level that they need to be, I guess, for the economic standard. So you shouldn't be surprised that people are going to try to find them a way to come up if they can potentially do so. But the article is listed in the link in the description there below. I didn't want to go through all of it, mainly because it's just boring as hell to read, but I wanted to bring this to your attention so that you guys can go through it, look through it, figure out what it is about it, figure out where this don't necessarily seem too right, or they may have a great point in what they're proving. I wanted to make sure that I give you guys the articles that you guys can go through it and check through it yourself. They said the police claimed that men were organizing a drug deal, and that 1,000 peso note and drugs found on the premises are evidence of this. So basically, they're saying that they did find some evidence on the particular area where this gentleman was arrested at. So, it's a lot going on. It's a lot of he say, she say, but I guess the evidence will soon speak for themselves, right? You can't believe men, you can't believe women, you can only believe facts and evidence, right? So I'm hoping that you guys can be able to cipher through it. I just wanted to bring it to your attention to say that there's another salacious, scandalous story coming out of yours truly favorite country, the Philippines, and would love to hear what you guys got to say once you take a chance to check it out. All right, it's been a good time, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out. Peace.